today's session, we are going to discuss about OOPS features. So the very first feature is class. What is class? It is an extension of C structure. It is an extension of C structure. What was the C structure? Struct E1, suppose employee, int ID, float, salary, etc. Okay, this is the structure, and how it is an how class is an extension of C structure, we'll see that. So let's compare first between C structure and C++ structure. We should understand what is the difference between C structure and C++ structure. After then only we will be understanding what is class and how it is the extension of C structure. So the first is C structure, as you can see, is the collection of variables. See, ID and salary. Okay. C++ structure is collection of variables and member functions. Okay. C structure is user defined data type, and C++ structure is also a user defined data type. Okay. By default in the C structure, just focus, these variables what we have used in C is publicly accessible throughout the program. So third is, by default the variables are public, but in C++ structure by default the variables are private. Now if these are the private data types or these are the private variables, only the allowed functions can access this. Getting my point? What in the previous sessions what we have done, why object was created? Because the main reason was the data security, the data hiding. See, it is getting here. By default the variables are private, and you can declare it more than private, that is public and protected. This is the comparison between C structure and C++ structure. Now the question is how class has been created. So for that we have to compare the C++ structure and class. Let's do that. So the comparison between C++ structure and class. The first is, this is user defined data type. This class is also user defined data type. this structure, this C++ structure contain member variables and member functions as well. So it is kind of complex data type. Many things, different things are there now. This structure can contain many different variables, different with the different data types as well as the functions. So it is a complex data type, and class contain also the same. That is why it is also complex data type. Okay, this is collection of member variables and member functions. What? Member functions. This class is also the collection of member variables and member functions. Got it? Number by default, the variables and functions are public in C++ structure, and by default these member functions and variables are private. Okay. Number 5, these member variables and functions can be declared as private, public and protected. Similarly, these member functions and variables can be declared as private, public and protected. Okay. Next, these C++ structures do not support the inheritance. These cannot be inherited. What is inheritance? We will discuss in the later topics, in the later sessions. But these class can be inherited, supports the inheritance. Okay. Next, these structures are used to create simple programs or perform simple tasks. Simple tasks. But if we talk about class, this class can be used to create complex programs or can be used in major projects. So these are the comparison between C++ structure and class. Now you can see why the class is called the extension of C++ or C structure. C structure is very much different from C++ structure, and C++ structure gives the extension to the concept of class. That's why class is the extension of C structure. Okay. Now, how to declare a class? It is an user defined data type. Correct? It is a collection of members. Second point, if we have to declare a class, we should know now what the class is and what things are in the class. So user defined data type. Second is collection of members. What are the members? Member variables member functions, and collectively these both are called members. Third, if class is containing all these things, so what it is? It is like a container. Okay. Next, class provides the concept of data hiding. Data hiding with private members. Class provides the concept of encapsulation. Encapsulation means wrapping up of the data. Means we are going to discuss the program after this. You will see different type of member functions and member variables and member functions are tied up. Encapsulation means tied up into a single class. That is what the concept of encapsulation. Next is the only way to create or declare objects. Is the only way to create or declare objects, because with the help of objects only we can call the functions private members of the class. What are the private members? Members can be variables and functions. Okay, now we are going to see the example of class. That is class and class name, and inside this you need to declare the private, protected and public. That is called the access specifier. How you are going to access the private member functions, that is what access specifier decides. So access specifier private, public, protected, colon, and then member variable, function, and class always ends with the semicolon. Let's take an example. Let's take a class student, creating the member variables, character name, fees. Got it? Now, public, void get, creating a function, cout, enter the student ID, in ID. If you want to print all these things to the next line, what you need to do, After all the statements, you just type end L, that is end line, to move the control to the next line. See out, as remember in the C we were using the special character slash n and t. Similarly here we can use end L. Slash n also will work, but end L is more sufficient here. Enter the fees. C in fee. Got it? So this is what the get function is, and we have done the work of get function. We have end our class. Now this is what. Okay. Now we have to create the main function, void main, and after that we have to access this class. If we have to access this class, we will have to create the object to access this class. In the previous sessions, I have explained what is the work of object and why we have to declare the object. So here it is. Now we have to access the class, so we'll have to create the object. How the object is created? First you need to write the name of the class, that is student. Okay, how you'll have to create name of the class and the object name. Suppose we have created object. This is what object creation. And this object will call what? This private is not accessible, but we can call this private is only accessible to this member function. A private member can only be accessed with the member function of same class. So this is public, we can access this function with the help of object, but we cannot access this private. So we are accessing this, and this function will call all the variables which is giving input and output. How we will do that? We will write object dot get, and the function will be called. So what it is? It is function calling. It is what? Function calling. Okay, so this is what function calling is. What is this? What is the meaning of this dot? This dot is called membership operator. Membership operator allows this object to access the get function which is declared inside the class. Okay, so the second thing, most important thing, the functions which are declared inside the class are also called inline functions. What are they called? Inline functions. Suppose we have to declare this function outside of the class. If the class is ending here and you need to declare the function after the class, then this line will be like void class name student and then this and get. This will declare and the whole thing will come here. So this is how you can declare the function outside of the class. What is this? This is called scope resolution operator. So this is what the structure of class, how to declare the member functions, variables, inline functions, object creation, function calling, and if you want to declare the function outside of the class with the help of scope resolution operator. Rest of the features we will be discussing in the next sessions. Thank you.